we didn't have it. You know, we didn't have it. They were great. I think they kind of flew by us quicker to every loose ball. They were racing by us in transition, beat us to every rebound. I mean, I'm exaggerating, of course, but it was like their energy level was here and we were down here, and my only I wish we're a little mentally stronger. Sometimes you gotta fight through the schedule, fatigue, all that. We're all but we but the positives. I love Nae'Qwan. Like we're is this another guy that that we're discovering? I mean, he's really good. I thought CP was really good again. Obviously our main guys, they just didn't have the juice tonight. Just what it is, happens in this league. The good thing is we got a day off tomorrow, recover, got a nice stretch at home. We'll get back on track.
What do you think that you guys need to do better in order to dictate the style that the team is playing in?
We have to be, physically better. I just felt like they dominated us physically. When you're kind of slower transitioning back, slower to the rebounds, loose balls. It's just kind of all those things. They're just quicker than us tonight, faster than us tonight. I just say give them credit. I don't give them credit for their style of play, but I think this was we just did not have the juice tonight, Dan. I know that's a simplistic answer. I wish I could put it another way. It's just kind of what I saw. We're stuck in mud.
Kenny, we've talked a lot this season about the defense being one of your guys' strength points, but your guys' rotations looked slow tonight, but they also didn't feel like they had guys getting behind the last line of defense and getting easy layups. How do you prevent that, and what were you seeing that allowed that to continuously happen?
I mean, like I said, I felt like they ran by us often, and it was with the ball, getting by us, right? Transition, you got to stop the ball. That's like important. And then they got ahead of us a bunch of times, right at the rim. So we just got to be better. It's their strength, right? That's kind of what they do, and they kind of dominated in that sense. They played to their identity, and we couldn't match it, couldn't slow them down. So,
is there a way to minimize ball watching? Because when it comes to off ball movement for them, they were attacking it anywhere that they could, but you guys were getting stuck.
Yeah, I felt like we got cut. They were cutting us, right? A bunch of times they cut us. Sometimes that's focus, right? And like I said, it's all connected. It's all connected to your energy. And tonight, I'd say the first night all year, we just did not have whatever that it is. It wasn't there, and that's not an excuse. It is what it is. Like I said, the good thing, positive. Got a day off tomorrow. I think we obviously need it, and then we recover, and we got a good stretch at home, and we'll get back on track.
Thanks, Spence.
You just brought up how much faster they were than you guys tonight.
Yeah.
How much of that was Jamal Shedd? I feel like the last game that you guys
Yeah.
played against them too, he was just someone that just brought in a lot of energy for him off the
We
bench.
changed our strategy too, right? We didn't pick him up as high. I thought, we dropped on him and tried to pick him up lower, just to keep him in front of us. But man, he's a ball of energy. But I like I said, I felt like their whole team was just sharper. I thought their bigs were really good. Barnes obviously played really well. Quickly hurt us with his speed. Like I said, we couldn't keep up tonight.
And I know this is a little bit more of a broad look at the season, but I think going into Wednesday, you guys were minus 46 in the second quarter. What does that signify? That you guys get off to the hot starts and then just
it's a great find. Our bench is, we got to figure that out. We got to be a little, But I don't think our starters were great. I mean, they missed some shots to begin with, but definitely when we were, that second quarter, I felt like our energy dropped, and we have, all the stats. Our deflections went down. Our forced turnovers went down. We just kind of started off with decent energy, and then the second quarter it kind of, it just kind of caved our energy. So.
I should have asked this pregame, but
Yeah.
how's Darius? Darius's injury, is it week to week or day to day, or what we call it?
I'd say day to day. I know I think he got on the court some today and shot some, but day to day.
And Tyson?
Good question, to be determined, right? Obviously with the concussion, that can vary depending on the degree. They got to be evaluated every day and all that. So.
Last two, Mikey, Jimmy.
Just looking at the box score, coach, and I don't even know exactly how to ask this question, but Proctor had 8 field goal attempts, Mobley at 7, 3 times as many minutes. How do you explain just 7 shot attempts in 35 minutes?
Yeah, that's a great question. We didn't do a good job getting him the ball. Tyrese I thought had good looks, so I want him to take those shots. But I think Evan was part of the part of the group that didn't have the highest energy tonight, right? You kind of make your the ball finds energy, right? And all JA too. So it wasn't just Evan. I thought it was collective. But yeah, we can do a better job getting him the ball. I know we tried to run a few ATOs for him that they blew up. Yeah, gotta do better.
Last one, Jimmy.
Yep.
Back-to-back 5 and 7, but some guys had last night off. How do you know how much to attribute to the schedule?
Yeah, it's tough to play that game. Listen, I'm sure they're tired too. We're all, you've been in this league, so not going to use that as an excuse. Like I said, I do know we gotta recover, get a good night's sleep. Got a good stretch at home here where we can make up some ground. So looking forward to that.